me a racist.
That's a good one.
Oh my God! It is episode 138.
137.
Oh, he doesn't know.
138.
Oh, he doesn't know.
I don't know.
Holy shit! I think
Fuck.
God, wow.
The space-time continuum
World War
is
Three.
breaking.
Blue, blue, bleep, blue, 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 blue,
Fuck.
blue.
This sucks.
He's looking it up.
What? I'm looking it
dude,
up.
The people with OCD are like waiting to sing along with the intro.
137.
137.
I was right.
Of the Keep on Trucking podcast. Yeah. No.
No.
Well, it was 137? Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, everybody.
Dude, I thought it was going to be 138.
Well, you were wrong, as you always are.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I am wrong a lot of the time.
That's our thing. You get it wrong, and I get it right.
He's the man.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a dynamic.
Shut up. You don't know what episode it is. No, but I didn't know this time, so sorry about that, everybody. We'll do better next week. But hey, we're on a good schedule with getting our podcast released in a timely fashion, which I think is a good
people are listening.
sign. People are listening. I'm excited to do them weekly, so that's cool.
I am excited. I think having a place to do them too.
Yeah,
helps.
It's nice. It's nice. We don't have to deal with any roommates traipsing in and using just.
I keep saying I'm gonna buy a light for the area.
Well, you got this big globe over here.
Yeah. Rachel installed that.
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
she came over to put that thing up. I asked if I could borrow her drill.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm a handyman now.
Yeah.
I'll do it. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And she came and she did it.
There you go.
And I was like, great. And then I made her a sandwich. And then, but like halfway through it, she was kind of having trouble like figuring it out. And I told her like, you want to just make me a sandwich?
Yeah.
And I'll figure it out.
And I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll switch.
Little hook, and then she was.
Yeah.
And then she was
Why
like,
don't we stop with this experimentation with our gender roles, and why don't you let me drill it, and you go ahead and make the sandwich.
no, but she figured it out. She's a real dude, that one.
Yeah.
So-
Rachel is more man than I.
Dude, yeah.
In a good way.
Than you'll ever be.
Than I'll ever be.
Her cock's big.
Yeah, she's got a big old honker on
Big
her.
cock.
Yeah,
big cock
she
in there.
is literally a man. But no, she's a woman. she's a lovely lady, but she has some masculine qualities.
Like she's a handyman.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, so I'm
wearing her glasses right now.
You are, dude. You're a fucking bitch.
Yeah, I'm Rachel today.
Bro, you opened the door, and I said I was gonna say you're wearing women's glasses, but halfway through saying that, I realized they looked familiar, and you're wearing Rachel Darbus's glasses.
Yeah, so I'm not wearing women's glasses. These are man's glasses. I'm sorry, Rachel. I hope she doesn't listen to this.
Why are you wearing them?
Okay, so
did you murder her? And are you wearing them as a prized possession?
Yeah, I wanted to do the skin thing, but it was just a mess. I put on the glasses. I was like, "This is enough."
Yeah, it is enough.
Yeah,
people will know.
People will know that what I did. But no, so I just got health insurance. I just got on new health insurance. I'm on Medicaid. It's free. I'm with Health First. It's okay. So I got a bunch of stuff I want to do.
Can you go to therapy with that?
I don't think so.
You should really look into it.
Okay, well, why don't you fucking look into therapy, you piece of shit? But maybe you're right. But this is my therapy, you and me.
This is
this is nice.
I was on a mic today, and I
was doing lashing out as a joke. I don't actually have any animal. It didn't really come across. It wasn't very good. But
I just didn't have a retort, so I just
I went to therapy once. Or I went 3 times.
Yeah.
With the same lady. And I was having trouble with my... Have I told you about this?
No.
I was having trouble with my girlfriend. And I was... it was like something that I couldn't see past. I couldn't let go of.
Yeah.
And the lady that I was seeing was just like, "Do you love her?" No. And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Then it's gonna be fine." And I was like, I don't think that is... therapy.
And then was it fine?
That's like what no it ended. What do you mean? You know me.
Was it the girl from Couch?
No, it wasn't that girl.
Was it the girl that you
yeah,
with the flowers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But so it didn't work out. But I was just like, that's like seems like something that my friend would say.
Yeah.
or like my dad.
It seems like something that her friend would say.
Right. And like, or my mom, like ladies drinking wine would say.
It would have been funny if she was like, well, is she hot?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. And she's like, well,
That's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Think about her big honkers. You're not a therapist, are you? Yeah. So, and then another time I went and I was talking about how I felt like I was bothered by, like, I was telling her like that someone had bullied me in middle school.
Oh.
And she was like, you don't seem like the type to get bullied. And I was like, well, I'm telling you that I did. She's like, really?
Yeah.
You seem cool. I was,
Yeah, was this like her first day of being a therapist?
right. Yeah. I was like, anyone can get bullied.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think.
Hitler?
Yeah, Hitler was bullied for that mustache. Hitler was bullied after. Hitler was bullied his whole life. Even when he was super powerful.
When he was Fuhrer?
Yeah, even when he was Mein Fuhrer. But yeah.
Anyway, so you got,
I mean, maybe not anyone. Maybe there are some people that
Don't-
just can't be victims. But
No.
yeah, I feel like it can happen to anyone, right?
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
all right, so you got medicated and then...
I didn't get medicated. I just bounced on her. I was just like, you're like,
no, right now. Oh, so I was going back to the beginning story.
Oh yeah. So I've got some insurance and which is good, and I'm setting up some appointments. I have a appointment with my primary care physician. I couldn't get in until May 16th, but I'm in with him, and I set an optometry appointment because I have been wearing a pair of contacts for way too long.
Oh, man.
Like way too long.
How long?
They're monthly.
Yeah.
I started wearing them in October.
October.
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to be wearing them for 1 month?
Yeah. So I took them 6 times as long as they were supposed to go.
Huh. What? Why? All right. So I'm not a contact guy. I'm not a...
Yeah, you've been blessed with vision.
No. I mean, I
The
wear
power
glasses
side.
when...
Oh yeah, you have those.
Yeah.
You have those Gladys glasses.
Yeah, for well, those are for like being in the computer for too long. My vision gets tired.
Oh well, then you can see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, can you read that?
I could, yeah.
Can you read the
the
under
police?
start searching on Franklin? I mean, I know you can't really like read.
Well, I mean, is it in Spanish
But
or
are the shapes clear?
yeah?
Yeah, I'm just kidding, man. You can read. I was just
What's wrong with you, man? What, did somebody hit you?
No.
Why do you keep like coming at me and then apologizing?
Well, because I'm trying to be funny.
You know what you're like? You're like a playful dog.
Yeah.
But then like the owner like tugs on the thing too hard and the dog goes oh.
Yeah. Well.
And runs away. I mean, no. I can
Yeah.
read.
Okay.
What happened?
Well, what does it say?
It says cheese.
No. No.
What does it say? Type or say what? Yeah, no, I can say it perfectly. Type
Yeah.
or say what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Press play to watch on this TV.
Okay.
Bro, I'm very fucking dyslexic. Like, I almost tripped up on that second sentence.
Yeah.
Bro, oh, dude. I don't even know if I told you on the podcast. So I go to get my my medical from when I was working with the trucking company. My what happened? You're just dozing off?
No, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking about my day. I'm listening. You got your medical from the towing company. I'm listening to you.
Trucking company.
Oh.
never-
tow trucks.
I've never worked in a tow truck day in my life.
Yeah.
I went.
You're a repo man.
I wish, dude.
That'd be a fun job.
People, yeah, women would respect me
Yeah. What do? I sneak into cars
and drive them away really
and
fast.
drive them away. What a crazy, hilarious job. A repo man.
Dude, so I go get my my medical, right? So they're like they take my blood pressure and I mean it's a joke. It's just they're just collecting your money. They walk in and they go, "Are you okay?" And you go, "Yeah."
Oh.
And they go, "All right, here's your medical card." Like you need
What is the company issues you a medical card?
the company sends you to the doctor's office and they're gonna make sure you're okay to drive like trucks and shit.
Okay.
So
You gotta pass a physical.
Yeah, physical. So I kept saying medical.
Yeah.
So you go and then, but the one they just check your blood pressure and then they go, "Have you ever had a surgery?" And you're like, "No."
Yeah.
And they don't even check. They just go, "All right."
You just lie.
Yeah. They're like, "Have you ever had thoughts of hurting yourself?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
And they're like, "All right, yeah,
Yeah.
you're good."
They're like, you haven't? Ever? Really?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, just give me the thing.
Just give me that. So the lady goes, "All right." So there's like the vision portion of the test. And they're like, "All right, read this." And I'm like, it's like E6 CWT, whatever. Okay, read this, blah, 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 read this, blah, blah. And she goes, all right, good. And she goes, all right, now for the, I'm just gonna read these 3 colors. And I'm like, all right, green, yellow, red. She goes, all right, perfect. All right, now I know it's easy, just read this one. She pointed out white. I swear to God, dude, I tripped up. I forgot the word white. Because she said this is an easy one.
Yeah.
So when she said that, I go, oh God, oh God.
Yeah.
So bro,
She might as well have said this next guy is really funny.
Bro, she was like, all right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She was like, all right, this next one's easy. What's this one? And she pointed at the white one, and I went, I almost said blank.
Blanco.
I almost said blank, but like, bro, but I know it took me forever.
It's Blanco, right?
Yeah.
En español.
Yeah.
See?
I know it took me forever because I saw her side eye me. I went, it's and she went.
She picked up the phone and started calling ICE.
Bro, I was like, why? I like said it loud because I was so insecure.
Yeah, you got
Why?
it. Yeah.
And she was, all right, here's your physical card.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks.
Yeah.
And I just ran back to work. Anyway, sorry. So you went.
Yeah, so I set an optometry appointment and I was so scared that I had destroyed my vision had destroyed my eyes because they were like really irritated.
Yeah.
I was wearing those contacts too long and I was like looking up like what happens if you wear contacts too long, and it's like you go blind, and I was like,
oh shit.
fuck. I was like, oh
you
no.
You get ass cancer.
You get that cancer in your ass and you go blind and your dog dies. And I was
Oh,
like, well,
God.
that already happened, but
He goes, oh my God, the symptoms already started.
yeah, that's in no particular order. But so I'm like, oh, you know, when you look up symptoms, do you ever do
Yeah.
that? And you're like, fuck, I'm fucked.
You like ruin your like week.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna go blind. So anyway, so I'm all worried because of my family history and because of what Google's telling me that I'm gonna go blind and
Yeah.
get ass cancer and die.
Oh.
And so last night I made the appointment for this morning.
Oh, nice.
And last night I'm going to bed and I take out my contacts. I took them out of my room and I just threw them out. And I was just like, no matter what happens tomorrow, I'm done with these. I'm going to go to the optometrist and I'm going to get glasses. And so I throw them out. And then this morning I walk blind to the optometrist. I got a dog to help me and a cane. And I get there early. Probably 9.
Well, that's very early.
9
Yeah.
o'clock. Yeah, no, but I typically am getting up a little bit later than that. But yeah, so I got there and the guy gets me in and he looks at my eyes and he's like, "You're fine. You're not gonna go blind."
Dude, is it just me? But whenever a doctor tells me I'm fine, I go, "You're bad at your job." That's like my first instinct. No.
I'm like, I take it as I'm being absolved.
Oh, dude, no. A doctor tells me you're fine. I go, get in a real doctor in here because
Yeah.
you obviously missed something.
Yeah.
That's always my
Really?
thought. Yeah.
Wow. I'm like, yeah.
Bro, I get relieved in the way where like you know, like if your car's bumper's like falling off and you're like fucking, you kind of like tape it back together and you're like, all right, it's fucking working for now. That's how I feel when a doctor tells me I'm fine.
I never have ever felt relief doing a fix like that.
No.
Yeah. Actually, no. With the zip ties.
With
the zip ties where you can't see it.
Yeah, like
Yeah. You
that,
zip tie stuff underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But like, you know, it's not right.
You know it's rotten.
Yeah, and you're like,
Yeah.
I have to get this fixed, but I'm good for now. That's how I feel whenever a doctor tells me I'm fine.
Yeah, but how can you fix it if not with a doctor? What are you gonna do it yourself?
Bro, doctors.
You got to go to a mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the analogy is your car is your body. So if you going to a doctor is like going to a mechanic.
Right.
And doing the self-fix is like doing a self-diagnosis on the
Yeah.
internet, like looking it up. But it's switched. It's reversed because doing a self-diagnosis always makes me feel worse because Google is always like, you're fucked, buddy.
Right. See, I'm like the worst of both worlds because I'll go on Google.
You do both bad.
Well, I go on Google and I go, well, it's not this, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, well, I'm my whatever I have, like my scoliosis isn't like this guy's. I'm like, I'm fine. And then I'll go to like
You look exactly like the picture.
Yeah.
It's like a tumor.
I'm just a W.
A giant tumor in the middle of your head. It's not a tumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm fine.
I got bit by a mosquito.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am optimistic when I look at the Google reviews. I go, whoa, it's not that.
Yeah.
And then I go to the doctor and the doctor be like, you're fine. And I go, you suck at your job.
Yeah.
I have no faith
Yeah. So
in American doctors.
So what is? Oh, what doctors do you have faith in? Mexicans?
Yes. Third world country doctors
Yeah.
are the best doctors in the world.
Okay.
Dude, that's my Subway take.
Oh, okay.
Because that's my kitchen living room take.
Yeah.
Because these doctors want to be doctors. They fought really hard to be doctors.
What about the
It
doctors
was
that are
impossible
doctors
for them.
from a third world country who came to America?
Yeah. Great doctors.
I had like a Asian American doctor today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I saw him, I was like, this guy's solid.
Young or old?
He was young.
Fuck that. Hate young doctors.
Yeah.
Hate American doctors.
Okay.
I hate's a strong word. Don't trust.
Okay. So what gave you this? Why? Why do you have this? Why do you feel this way about doctors? What treatment have you gotten here?
Okay, who do you know?
Versus what treatment have you gotten there?
Who do you know? Not personally, but people who I know
Okay.
that have been diagnosed with cancer come here, and doctors are like, "Oh, well, all right, make an appointment for 3 months from now," which is also speaking in the system, for like 3 months from now, and then we'll get you like up until then we'll give you like these medications, and then we'll see what's up with surgery. Then
Yeah.
and then you're like, all right, so I'll just slowly die for 3 days, even though we caught it early. And then they'll fly to Mexico, and they're like, oh, dude, you're dying.
Yeah.
Here, let's get you surgery right now. And also, which has happened like 3 times to 3 different people that I know. Also, doctors in Mexico, they have to go through like way more, I don't want to say way more training, but like you have to be accepted to just to go to college in Mexico. Like you have to have grades to go to college. Like, over here, you're like, oh, well, you run fast. Welcome to any college you want.
Uh-huh.
And Mexico is like, well, you got to take multiple tests to be accepted to any college.
Yeah, but you don't get to run fast all the way to a PhD.
No.
Yeah, you have to go to medical school.
How many people do you know out here that love their jobs, or that really want to do what they're doing?
I don't know, man. That's a hard question. I mean, like,
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Bro, in third world countries, developing countries, these guys, they need to be doctors to get their fucking family out of rubble or whatever the fuck. And they really want to do it, and they want to be good doctors.
Yeah.
Over here is like, well, my dad owns an office, so I got to do this. But really, I want to be a comedian.
Right.
Or really, I'm really good at the drums.
uh-huh.
But I'm stuck here fucking, you have, I don't know, man. It's scoliosis. Go to this guy.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, what? I'm like, yeah, man, you're fucked. I have 4 other patients to look at.
This is an interesting take, because I always thought of American doctors. I always thought the problem with the healthcare system in this country was the healthcare system, but not the actual practitioners. I mean,
I think it's both.
trust doctors, but I'm from a good area for doctors. Raleigh is good because we have good schools there. We have good medical schools there. We have Duke and Chapel Hill. And so you have a lot of people there that are really good private practices. I had a great dentist growing up, a great orthodontist, and a great like pediatrician. And
Right. We're here. I mean, I'm not saying there's all the doctors here are bad.
Yeah.
Saying I don't trust them, but also let's just look at athletics.
yeah.
All the best athletes are from other countries
Uh-huh.
that come here. All the best like rappers and shit are from like the slums. They just want it more, and they really want to do it.
Right.
They want to do it. Other like fucking over here. I'm speaking generally too. I'm not fucking saying everybody, but like you're coaxed by your family. Like you gotta be a doctor, and then they're like, oh, why? It's like, well, it's secure. You make a lot of money, and that's it. Which I think that way of thinking is having a turn in our generation, which I think is also dangerous because now we're gonna have a generation of fucking people following their dreams, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna be attacked by Germany.
Bunch of people who played drums with their feet.
But
And a bunch of comedians. I mean, you and me are that.
yeah, I know.
We're very guilty of that.
Very guilty. I mean, I gotta go back to being a truck driver and continue building America. But instead, I'm like, I think I'm silly.
Yeah.
People are like, well, there's a truck driver shortage. You want to get back behind the wheel or what? And I'm like, well, no.
Yeah. So have you had any major surgeries or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't know, because I think there's still those people that want to be doctors who are
Yeah.
here. I mean, I went to college with a guy who is really smart. He's very rich. His dad's a doctor, and he has always wanted to be a doctor. He told me, like,
Yeah.
I never had a backup plan. I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm not a doctor.
Right.
I have to be a doctor. And it's not just because his dad. It is because his dad is a doctor, but
Yeah.
it's not because his dad made him be a doctor. It's because he wants to be his
right,
dad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't exist in this country.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But are you saying that Mexico is so destitute that there's no pieces of shit that are just like, just be a doctor because it's good money?
Oh no, there is, bro.
Yeah,
but
so
it's way
how do
harder
you-
over there.
how do you know?
Because it's way harder to be a doctor over there.
It's harder to be a doctor in Mexico?
Yeah, bro.
I don't know.
It's harder.
I didn't know that.
It's harder to get an
I
education.
wouldn't have thought that.
It's harder to even get an education in Mexico.
Right.
Because everybody's like, all right, fuck it, let's get to work.
Yeah.
You know, like, because fucking, when I was playing soccer, a bunch of I would play with people who would come from Mexico. And they'd see homeless people over here. They'd go, they're asking for money. It's like, bro, they got clothes on. How are they asking for money? Homeless people in Mexico don't even got fucking clothes on. Or shoes. They're walking around with no shoes.
They're naked.
Some.
You see homeless guys.
You
dicks.
see more naked homeless people over there than over here.
Like I've never seen a naked homeless. I mean, I've seen a naked homeless guy like show his ass, but I've never
like
seen.
as like a big joke.
Yeah, it's funny and it's cute, and everyone likes it. But no, it's horrible. It's always, and every time you see it, it looks like the ass of like it looks like an ass from like a fairy tale.
It's like the ass of the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
yeah, dude. It looks like the ass it's like the ass is the legs.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do those legs go all the way up?
Yes, they do. Directly into my strange Shel Silverstein drawing ass.
Shell City.
Shell City. But yeah, so it's harder to get. I'm interested in this. I've never thought about this. Like, I always just think of like the doctors in America as or the healthcare system in America or yeah, neither. I guess I just think of America as a better place for healthcare because of the schools, because we have like the most medical schools, and so we produce the most doctors probably.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't even know if that's true.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Actually, I'm going to look that up.
I don't even know
right
that's
now.
true.
I'm going to look up what nation has the most doctors come out of it.
Right. I mean, it might be here.
What nation
here
produced-
because there's more. I feel like it's really.
It's probably
because it's huge. I mean, United States is huge.
what nation produces
And every state has a
the
couple of
most
colleges.
doctors. Okay. Cuba
Cuba.
is widely considered to have. Yeah, see, now you're saying what I said when you said Mexico.
What?
Mexico.
Well, I just meant the rural countries.
Yeah. So topping the list. Yeah, but that's doctors per capita. So it's like
Oh yeah.
it's like a ratio thing.
But
Which country produces the most doctors? Yeah, I guess it's always going to be a ratio thing. It's never
Yeah,
going
'cause,
to
like,
give us.
Yeah, because United States is huge.
Yeah, right. So it's
Huge.
Yeah. So
I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm just right.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you are. I don't know.
No, I don't know. But I'm speaking from the sense of just like how hard it is and how bad do you want it. The guys where it's harder for it to do it and then they do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I mean, when I'm talking about doctors, I don't even know what kind of doctors, because I'm for sure not talking about pharmacists.
Yeah.
Because pharmacists in Mexico might as well be fucking drug dealers. Bro.
Right.
You don't need a prescription for shit over there.
I mean, pharmacists aren't doctors here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, speaking of which, when are you going back down there? But yeah, like I think that doctors are a breed. Like doctors are a type of person.
Yeah.
And I think doctors are typically, I think there's probably more good doctors than bad doctors.
Yeah, I would hope so, because you gotta be like you gotta have it in your heart.
Yeah.
There's something with the snake in that pole.
And I think that yeah, I don't know what that snake is doing. I don't want snake venom related to my health practitioner.
I think it's a Christian thing, I think.
Yeah, so but don't you think that a lot of there's probably a lot of immigrant families that push their kids into being doctors, and then those immigrant kids, they don't want to be doctors.
Right.
Like in the same way that like there's a lot of probably like just, you know, Anglo-Saxon white doctors that are just like doing it because it's what their family does. Like there's probably, I think that's across the board. But
Yeah.
you're saying just because, but either way, those doctors are here in America, practicing in America.
From different countries?
Yeah, like
Yeah. I mean, some of them stay too, which is like why a lot of Americans go to Mexico to get surgeries done and shit. Or to get diagnosed, because it's cheaper and they do it quicker.
it's cheaper, they do it quicker. But is that because of the doctors are better and they care more, or is that because you have to jump through less hoops in the healthcare system?
That too.
Maybe it's both. Maybe it's just one or the other.
Well, yeah, I mean,
but I think this has more to do with the healthcare system than like the quality of doctors.
Because your appointment is May 16th, right?
Right.
You can go to Mexico today and come back with like a fucking ton of contacts.
But I'm seeing a Dr. Zavallos.
What's that?
Mexican or Puerto Rican or something. He's Hispanic.
What the fuck is Ios?
Zavallos.
Zavallos.
Zevallos. Zavallos.
I don't know what that is. But no, I'm talking
That's
about...
his name.
Oh. That's not Mexican. Zavallos?
Dr. Zavallos.
It's like fucking Czechoslovakian.
No, I thought the same thing, but then I heard his voice on the answering machine.
Oh, no.
I got his answering machine. That's how good of a doctor he is.
No, but I mean like...
Do you think we'll get sued if we...
No.
Okay.
Bro,
this is my primary care physician.
But I'm talking about jumping through hoops and shit. Like you could come back... You go to TJ and take a fucking same day test and they'll give you however many contacts within an hour.
Yeah.
For like fucking way cheaper than over here.
Yeah. You know that movie Dallas Buyers Club? He goes down to Mexico. Have you seen that movie?
No, is that amazing?
It's good. It starts better than it ends. That's what I don't like.
It's like Babylon?
Yeah, because it's a true story. So anytime there's a true story, I feel that the inciting incident that happens is the meat of it, and then the rest of it is kind of like it's not going to be as
which
good.
is why I didn't like A Complete Unknown.
Yeah, I mean,
because like halfway through it, I was like, well, he's in real life he's not dead.
Yeah,
something. So this is not going to get any better.
Well, and actually, I think Complete Unknown had the opposite problem, but the same problem, but opposite parts of the movie. Like Complete Unknown, it starts and it's all going great. It's just like, wow, this kid's amazing. Wow, he's on the scene.
I was like, who wrote this? Bob Dylan?
Yeah. Matt Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm so cool, and also I'm a genius. But then I actually like how it ended. I like spoiler alert, just give us 30 seconds, skip ahead, but it ends with him going to the festival and people are telling him you can't play the music, and he's like, I'm gonna play the music. That's a story.
Yeah,
there's something there.
Right.
That is the story of the movie.
Yeah,
but it's not like the whole time people are like, you can't play that, and he's like, I'm gonna play it, and then at the end he plays it. It's like right at the end, it's like, hey, maybe don't play that. And then
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna do it. You know. So that's like the opposite problem. And then you look at like a movie like what were we talking about? Dallas Buyers
Yeah.
Club. The beginning, he gets AIDS.
Oh, come on! It's a family show, Luke.
No, it's not. Just because you're young.
My nephew
your
watches
nephew
this, man.
found the show.
And he knows what. If you don't know what AIDS is, nephew, it is when a man loves a man.
When a man loves a man,
he gets AIDS.
he gets AIDS. So, I thought of two roasts for Kill Tony if I ever went on Kill Tony.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought of Tony looks like the guy at the fair that says "Step right up,"
yeah.
and then Tony's gay. I don't know why they call the show Kill Tony. They should just call it AIDS. All right. So anyway, Dallas Buyers Club, he gets AIDS.
Should I edit this out? Or-
No, that's okay.
That was
Yeah, you didn't care for that.
no.
I think they would love it. But anyway, so he gets AIDS at the very beginning,
Yeah.
and like everyone because he's like he's a bull rider, and everyone's like, "You're gay,"
Because he's a bull rider.
because he gets AIDS.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's like he gets ostracized by his entire friend group, who is a bunch of like macho Texas dudes, because they're like, "You're gay,"
Wow.
because he got AIDS, and he just got it. He wasn't gay.
How'd he get it?
He got actually in real life there was like conflicting, like maybe he was bi, but for the story they made it like he was like a homophobe turned like he's like, I ain't no goddamn you know what.
Yeah.
And then he like turns the corner on it and he becomes friends with like a trans guy. But
Well, how did Magic Johnson get it?
I think you can just get it from, I don't really know.
You just get it from sitting on the toilet without putting on a little cloth. Without putting on a little paper.
Yeah, so that's why only men get it. That's why women never get it.
That's true. I never thought about that. Women are you're so lucky.
Yeah, they're not lucky. They're smart. They put down those little pads.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know how Max. I mean, I know you can get it from needles, but I don't know why like it's a gay. I don't really understand the disease.
Yeah, me either.
I don't know why. Should we look it up?
Oh yeah, man. Look it up.
Here, fill the time while I look
This
it up.
this episode is brought to you by AIDS.
Yeah, we're doing a little deep dive on healthcare.
Healthcare, dude.
Remember to
This
get
episode
coverage.
this episode should be called Healthcare.
yeah.
We're talking about Mexican doctors and AIDS. No correlation. HIV. So I think it's because of the poop. Or no, because of blood. I think because of the blood system. So when gay guys have sex, there's like blood, and then the blood goes into your penis, and then you get the AIDS. It's a blood transfused disease, and it's an autoimmune disease that it eats your immune system.
Yeah, that's right.
Did I just fucking know all that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to look
Bro,
at
I am a god.
You are a genius. All right, let's look up transmission. HIV is spread by three main routes: sexual contact, significant exposure to infected body fluids or tissues, and from mother to child during pregnancy, delivery, or breastfeeding.
No, that's just sad.
Oh, man, that's brutal. Known as vertical transmission.
Stay vertical.
Yeah. Makes it sound fun. Yeah.
Bro, why is this camera so dark, man? It's really bugging me.
I don't know. But hey, it's a dark episode. We're talking about AIDS.
Yeah, we got to keep our identities concealed.
Yeah. There's no risk acquiring HIV if exposed to feces, nasal secretion, saliva,
It's just blood, right?
sweat, tears, urine, or vomit, unless these are contaminated with blood.
Yeah, so I think the gay guys get it because when they have anal sex, like it tears the tissue. And then the blood gets inside of the wee-ho.
Oh, man. So you could get AIDS if you were having sex with a woman on her period.
If she has AIDS.
If she has AIDS, you could get AIDS from the blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why you sound so worried?
I mean, I don't think anyone has
Wait,
AIDS.
we never got into why you're wearing Rachel's glasses.
Well, we're doing the roundabout, man. We're taking them for a spin.
No, I keep looking at you.
Yeah.
And these guys they look hilarious on you.
I think they look nice.
Yeah, who told you that? Your mother?
Yeah, your mother. But
When did you talk to her?
I talk to her every day, man.
You FaceTime her?
Yeah,
Or you go over?
I FaceTime her. I don't have time to go over there.
No?
Yeah,
Well, tell her to call me. She hasn't returned my calls.
she doesn't want to talk to you. But
Is it because of what I said?
Yeah. What do you think? Piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. I don't talk to your mom, but
Someone needs to talk to her.
yeah, because we were talking about. I said I went to a doctor, and you said you don't. When a doctor tells you that you're good, you don't trust them unless you're in Mexico, and that's how we went on this whole tangent.
Yeah. So now why are you wearing Rachel's glasses, you motherfucker?
So you recall in the story that I had destroyed my contacts so that I would never be able to wear them again because I had been wearing them for far too long.
You destroyed them and then you went to the...
So then I went to the optometrist because I was like, I'm getting...
So you walked blind to the optometrist?
I took an Uber because I was late.
Folks, we'll be dropping our Venmo. Luke was not going to be able to pay for rent this month. Motherfucker took an Uber.
Yeah, it was... I was supposed to be there at 9. I got out of the house like 8:50. I was like, and they told me to get there. My appointment was 9:15. I was supposed to be there at 9. They told me to get there at 9, so I pulled the Uber trigger. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. I got Uber money now, baby.
Not for long.
No, certainly not.
The thing about Uber money is that it goes quick.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Yeah, especially if you... Never mind. That's going to be a terrible joke. I was gonna like be like, especially if you're riding in a Tesla. But
you got a Tesla Uber?
No.
You went with the X?
I don't know what it was. I couldn't see.
It's just the back of a horse.
It's a black car.
You were riding backwards on a donkey?
On a donkey? Took me 3 months to get there, and
all right, so
I get there and the guy tells me I'm good, and because I trust doctors, I said, great, thanks. That's really nice to hear. It was a wave of relief because I was looking up things and he was telling me that I'm blind and this and that. He took pictures of my eyeballs. He showed me the pictures
with his phone.
Yeah. And he said they're brown. I said, you're not a doctor, are you? But yeah, so yeah, I mean, it was a good practice. I know a good practice. It was a good practice.
Okay.
And he was like, also, why is it called a practice?
Oh, here we go.
Hey, guys.
Oh, boy.
If you're treating me, treat it like the show. All right?
Treat it like the game.
Yeah, treat it like the big game.
Was that your joke or Kiwi's?
I can't remember.
For some reason, I heard somebody say
I
it.
think I might have thought of that, or I think I thought of it, and then I was like, does anyone have this? And someone had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so
he was done practicing on you?
he was done practicing, experimenting on my eyeball. It's alive. And
then he said, you're good.
he said, you're good to go. Don't wear contacts for a couple months. Like, give it a break. So I'm going to be glasses. But you're good. You're not going to go blind. Your eyes are still relatively healthy. They're just irritated.
Did you tell him you didn't have glasses?
Yeah, I said I don't have glasses. He said, well, that's all right. The lady up front will take care of you.
Did he say that's all right? Just use your roommate's glasses, maybe?
I don't know what he thought. I think he probably thought
Did he say, oh, that's fine. Yeah, just use anybody's glasses.
I think
It's healthy.
Well, here's the thing. The contacts that I was wearing for a while,
Yeah.
they were Rachel's too.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, Rachel and I have like this like pretty comparable vision. Not the exact same vision, but like
Right.
Which is, by the way, terrible.
Here, let me see those.
So me and Rachel.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So what I see
Does it look super curvy?
No, yeah, kind of. So what I see when these guys is what you see with the naked eye.
No. No, I don't think so. Oh, it's blurry.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
Could you see
I think eyes are a little more complicated than that, buddy.
Yeah, this is the guy who wore the same contacts for 8 months.
Yeah. But my eyes, I was very happy, but also like, you know, sometimes like human bodies are pretty good organisms.
Yeah,
know?
if you're healthy.
Yeah.
If not, they just fuck you over, dude.
Yeah. But like I'm pretty astounded at like how much I can neglect myself and still like not die.
Yeah.
Or go blind.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
What?
About how actually I'm gonna say it out loud, but I didn't think of it any further than this.
Okay.
But how our souls are just borrowing our body. Like,
so you believe in the soul?
Well, all right. See, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like how I didn't think past that, but I was just like, I'm my mind.
Right.
and then like this is just what I look like. I had no decision in what I look like. I guess physically I did, but like just like my eyes and my nose
Yeah.
and my mouth.
I know you don't dress yourself.
And
does this shirt look good?
she's been gone for a week. I don't know what to wear.
I come in, you're wearing Christmas clothes.
I'm wearing a Santa Claus hat. It was cold out today.
You're wearing a Santa Claus hat and big socks as pants.
Knee-high socks pants. Items underwear.
Yeah.
It's a big shirt. It's my boyfriend's shirt.
This is my boyfriend's jacket.
But you didn't choose to have like your cute button nose, right?
man.
And or your big gigantic lips or your tiny ears.
Yeah.
But you are like your mind.
Yeah.
You know, so like your mind is like, well, this is my mind, and whatever you think is what you'll become.
Yeah.
And then, but like, so we're just kind
And
of.
here's the thing. There's something intangible about how your mind and your thoughts present themselves
Yeah.
in your physical appearance. And it's not just if you focus on working out, you're fit. It's like your attitude, you can actually see it on you.
Yeah, dude.
It's your vibe.
Yeah.
It's there.
Right, and that's the soul.
Yes, it is.
I think so.
But,
we just
but here's the question. Is your soul tethered to your body?
I don't
Does
think so.
Does it get to leave and go somewhere else?
I think. Oh man, dude, I was thinking about this today. I was thinking about death, and I was like, when you die, if it's just black, and I'm completely okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
And if it's just like no more, I'm like,
That's fine.
good, yeah.
It's fine.
which I think is why I like to do a lot of whatever I want in
Yeah.
life. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna do this because
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
I don't think I'm going to get to do it again
Yeah.
on another thing.
But if my soul gets to leave my body after I die, bro, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. I'm like, oh god, as my soul's leaving my body, I'm gonna be like, wherever I'm going, do they know how much porn I watched?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they know.
Like, please, and then I'm gonna be so embarrassed. I'm like, all right, you stand in that line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck, is it because of porn?
Yeah, just stand in that line.
Yeah, everybody go that way. You wait over
go
here.
there.
Yeah, wait over here.
Dude, we're all watching too much porn, man. That's a generational issue, I think. But
Did you hear about the the North Koreans?
no.
I think some porn got like it got infiltrated like through their security lines, and now a bunch of they just like crippled like crippling porn addictions like the army.
Oh, that's how we beat them.
I think that's how they're beating us, honestly,
Yeah, that's how they're beating off.
bro. I've had this thought really, and like this thought fucking putting it online might put us on the list, but I think like China and whoever's controlling like social media and shit is like, this is a war strategy. Putting all this like, we're just on our phones all the time. No one's working out. No one has like, if there's a war, we're so unprepared. I feel like
Yeah.
like the youth, and also no patriotic pride.
Right.
Like back in World War I and World War II, like, this is fucking America, we're gonna go and save the world or something.
Dude,
And now like half of us are gonna be like, oh, we don't believe in that.
yeah. I mean, we're talking about things that like are really complicated and I don't truly understand. But
Yeah.
there used to be pride in this country and a trust of government,
Right.
and now there's not.
No.
And everyone is pretty much in agreement that we are ruled by corporate overlords who are in bed with politicians who dictate everything that happens in this country. The left and the right are the same beast, and they're keeping us divided and just laughing at us so that we can't unite against them. I mean, I think that is probably true. And so as far as that goes, those are the same people that have weapons. So like they're pretty they feel pretty guarded by nuclear weapons and stuff, and hitting the button. Nukes changed everything. You know,
Yeah.
like if we go there, that's it. You know,
Yeah. Did you ever play Call of Duty?
yeah,
That one quote, it said World War III will be fought in nuclear weapons. World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
yeah, yeah,
I remember seeing that and being like, why is the video game telling me this?
yeah.
I was
It's
like,
a great quote.
I was like 13.
yeah.
I never forgot.
I don't know. That might be a quote. That might be like a famous quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whose quote that is, but anyway, now we're really going outside our depth a little bit on this one, but at least we're talking about interesting stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the answer is to the healthcare system, to our phone addiction, to corporate greed, to the elite aristocracy. I don't know what it is. And people always tell me like, they're like, open your eyes, man, like learn. And I'm like, how? Where do I start? Like go on YouTube, look up. Like,
Yeah, especially now you're like, all right, fuck it, let me look up something, and it's just an angry extremist.
Yeah.
Going, then they're fucking. It's like, bro, like nobody.
it's hard to know
like,
who to
no
trust.
one in the middle is
Yeah.
fucking chilling anymore.
You know what it is?
You know what time it is?
We got to read books. It's
Oh.
You got to read books, man,
Oh,
because
dude.
then you can like track
That-
everyone. You have to cite all your sources and books.
Bro, that's why I started reading Mein Kampf. No,
nice, dude.
dude. Here's a scary. I hate these scary thoughts, especially in the fucking on a comedy. People come here to listen for a good goof.
Yeah, dude. All of our listeners are like, yeah, right, guys. Stay in your fucking lane, buddy. Yeah.
Right, but here's a scary thought that I had. Oh man, and I'm gonna freak everybody out with this. But you know what, fucking man, we're all homies here. We're all sitting around the bonfire. That's why it's called a bonfire.
Yeah.
Because it feels like we're hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh, the bonfire. Yeah, with fucking
Big J.
and Dan
Dan
Soder.
Soder.
But now with Bobby Kelly.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wow. Anyways, so this is a scary thought I had. Now that we're at the sleepover, right? This is what it feels like. Or that we're at work together with the people.
Girls do you like in the class?
Have you ever seen a ghost?
Hey, are you guys asleep?
So the Roman Empire was around for I don't know how long it was,
Okay.
but it collapsed, and people were like, "Holy shit, dude! What, dude? The United States hasn't even been around half as long as the Roman Empire."
Yeah.
And my whole life I was like, "Yeah, right, dude. The United States collapsing, my ass." But like, and then I heard that, and I was like, "Oh shit, dude!
Yeah.
The Roman Empire collapsed."
Well, everything comes to an end. Like, I don't know how. You know who I'm really impressed with?
Christian Conti.
Like, yeah, like Asian countries. They are good at staying around.
Bro, they love killing themselves. Though.
Yeah. You know, Japan
Yeah.
is the only country that never got sieged or like taken or like invaded.
By Liam Neeson.
Yeah. But like the Mongolians, when they were taking over all of Asia, you
Yeah.
know, they ravaged China, they went to Russia, and they tried to go to Japan, and their ships were wrecked by a storm. It was like an act of God.
Whoa.
Like Japan will remain untouched. I
Yeah.
mean, the worst thing that ever happened in Japan was the nuke. Was the bomb.
Yeah, dude. The U.S. heard about the Mongolian thing. Or like, the U.S. were like, we got you, Mongolians.
Yeah.
We got your bitch ass.
Yeah, man. Well, you know why they dropped that bomb? Or they dropped
Which
two
one?
of them.
Yeah.
Because they were like, they will never quit. These guys, they are the worst to fight against. They just have
Bro.
so much pride, and they're all about honor and duty, and they will never surrender.
Bro, yeah.
We need to kill like a million like citizens.
Dude, that shit makes me so sad that we did that.
Yeah.
Well, I say we, that they did that. I mean, they famously the Japanese general, I forget his name, dude, because I wish I was better at remembering foreign names. I would fucking sound so bad when I talked about history.
Yeah.
But I only remember quotes. The guy said after they attacked Pearl Harbor, he fucking goes immediately after. He says, "We awoke a sleeping giant."
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you fucking knew the whole time?
Yeah.
Why'd you do it? And
I don't know, man. They were kind of feeling themselves. they were they were like just they were going all Mongol. They were going like the Mongols in China.
Yeah, bro.
They were raping and pillaging all in Asia.
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, let's take a little. I don't actually know why they took a shot at America. I don't actually know why. But I know they were going.
I think America was fighting.
No, they weren't. That's what got us. What got us in the war.
No, I know.
Pearl
But
Harbor.
America was influencing some countries over there.
Of course.
And Japan was like, hey, enough with that.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you mean countries over there?
yeah, like
No.
Asian countries around there.
No, that all happened. That started after, like Vietnam and all that stuff, like stopping the spread of communism.
Yeah.
That was after.
No, but that's the reason why Japan attacked.
I don't think so
Bro,
because
they were
because
that was their
the
first
spread
move.
of communism was the fallout of World War II.
Look it up real quick. No, I know about that.
Okay, all right. So
But
what's the question? Why did Japan?
Attack
This is like
Pearl Harbor on December 7th.
this is like two stupid guys like unlocking all of our knowledge for once.
Yeah.
Like finally remembering some history. Why did Japan attack
Pearl Harbor on that
Pearl
fateful
Harbor?
day of
Pearl Harbor?
December 7th, 1929. What year was
Gain
it?
time. Well, it was in Hawaii. So
Yeah.
it was probably just to get that territory.
No, but why? No, but why did they do it though?
Japan believed it needed to expand into China to solve its economic and demographic issues. Japan needed oil, minerals, and steel to expand into Asia and the Pacific. The U.S. had imposed sanctions and embargoes on Japan in response to its military aggression in Asia. So we were like affecting their trade.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying with surrounding
So-
Asian countries.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
And they were like,
Okay.
let's attack these
Okay,
fools.
true. Okay.
I knew it had something to do with that. Dude,
yeah.
out of all those subjects in school, I liked history.
Yeah.
But I just can't remember any of it.
The U.S. Pacific Fleet was a major obstacle to Japan's plans to dominate Asia and the Pacific. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that was
And then
they fucked up.
And then we won.
Because
Bro,
they-
no, but they almost beat. If it wasn't for the Battle of Midway, the Battle of Midway becomes overlooked a lot. We won that battle on accident. So Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, and then after that, they were like slowly moving in their naval ships.
Yeah.
And then which is when the United States who was the president at the time? See, that's what I mean by fell in the wheelchair.
It was
Franklin?
FDR.
Yeah, Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Yeah, Frank.
He fucking goes. He goes, yo, all right, take some of these planes out in the middle of the ocean and then find these fools and attack. Oh no, he goes find the naval fleet and attack him. And all the generals are like, bro, we don't have enough gas to do that. And then Adolfo goes, the only way we could find the naval ships is if we take the planes on our naval ships and then we launch them off through there. But the planes are too heavy. And he goes, just do it. And he goes, I just told you why. And he fucking goes, you fucking assholes. If there's a will, there's a way, or something like that.
Yeah.
So then the United States fucking found a way to like make the planes lighter and be able to take off from ships.
They stripped him.
Yeah, they stripped them and shit. And then they kind of failed at like finding the ships and shit, and like bombing them. They hit a couple, but the one that had, I think they're generals, they found it on accident because one of the planes got lost.
Yeah.
Like after a dog fight, it got lost, and it was like, all right, I'm going back to our ship. And they saw the one where they were giving commands from, and they're like, bro, it's right here. And they took it out, and that we won the Battle of Midway on accident. It wasn't like a strategy thing or anything. We were actually losing the strategies.
Yeah. Damn. Dude. That I know war is hell.
Dude.
That's a cool war. that's like
Yeah,
of all the wars that happen, like that's gotta be like just aesthetically, like all the stories of it, the villains in it. Like fucking Hitler.
Yeah.
That's a.
And then-
I want to learn. This conversation is making me want to watch like a documentary or like read a book on
Bro,
it.
and then Hitler flipping those switcheroo on Stalin.
I don't even know.
That was brutal. So fucking, they were in cahoots. Like fucking Hitler told Stalin, he goes, yo, join me. And Stalin was like, no. And he was like, come on, don't be a bitch. And Stalin was like, all right.
Yeah.
So then he fucking joined them and running over fucking a bunch of countries and shit. And then Hitler immediately turns his guns and starts attacking Russia or the Soviet Union at the time.
Yeah.
And Stalin goes, hey, yo.
Yeah.
And though, you know what saved them? What saved Russia? I think they were trying to take over Frankfurt or Stalinburg.
Stalingrad.
Stalingrad.
Yeah.
They were trying to take it over because they had the fucking oil and guns and shit. But the people, women, men, and children, civilians and shit, they fucking started fighting back.
Yeah.
And then so it really like a lot of them died. But
And they stretched them out thin into the winter, into the cold.
it slowed them down.
Yeah.
To the point where they
were in shorts, right?
Yeah.
Like, there were Nazis out there in shorts.
Yeah, bro. And then winter came.
Yeah.
And then these fools just and then they couldn't get supplies.
Yeah.
It was sick, dude. VE Day's coming up.
Yeah.
May 9th.
Anyway, so I went to get the glasses, and then the lady's like, I pick out the frames, I pick out the, I pick out the ones I like, and I'm like, yeah, so just pop the lenses in, I'll take these, and I'll get out of here. And she's like, all right, yeah, we just got to send it to your, we'll send it to the lab, we'll process your insurance. It'll probably just be like 2 weeks. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, it's just 2 weeks. And I was like, I need these, like, right now. I'm not going to be able to see.
Did you tell her I threw out my contacts in the trash last
I said
night?
I threw out my contacts. I don't have any contacts anymore. And she said, well, I mean, you could just pay for them, and then we won't have to wait for the insurance if you just pay outright. Because I went the insurance covered $100 of the glasses. So I ended up spending $100 today.
Plus the Uber.
Plus the Uber.
And a little snacks that you got maybe on the way there.
A little bit of popcorn.
You got a little popcorn?
No, I got Dunkin' Donuts on the way back, though.
Yeah. Did you get the $6 meal?
Yeah.
Bro, that's the best meal out there.
It's pretty good. But anyway, so, yeah, with the coffee.
Yeah, the
it's
coffee
great.
is bro.
It's a great deal.
There's not an ad, but Dunkin' Donuts right now.
I would have been losing money if I didn't get that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I'm like I'm like, can you please just do something? She's like, okay, I'll call the lab and I'll see what they can do. And I'm like, thank you. So I'm walking back. I'm all blind and shit. And then
Oh, you walked back.
yeah, I walked back all blind.
You didn't take the Uber?
No, I didn't take the Uber. He wasn't waiting. I took the Uber because I was running late. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
take the Uber because I couldn't walk half a mile.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, anyway, so I get back and I tell Rachel, and she's like, do you want to use my glasses? I was like, oh, no, come on. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks. And she's like, all right. And
You're stretching them out, man.
I don't know. Her head is pretty big, too.
Yeah.
You think I'm stretching them?
Yeah, man.
Can you see it?
I can.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, actually, maybe that's just the way that they're shaped. Actually.
Yeah, I do have a giant head. My head is so my head is like the opposite of Jack Barth's head. We were talking about that today. Jack has this like little like cylindrical like triangle head.
He has a beautiful face.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
Hey yo, you talking about beauty in a man's face?
I got AIDS now.
Yeah. So then she called me and she goes, the lab can do it. They'll get it to you in the next 2 days, but it's $50 to Expo.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like a shakedown? Like,
Yeah.
just do it. Why is it $50? But I guess I get it. It disrupts their flow. But
Yeah. Did you pay up the $50?
no, I gotta pay when I go pick them up.
Oh, so you're picking them up after tomorrow?
Yeah, hopefully they'll be ready like Wednesday or Thursday. So
Did you get cool glasses?
yeah,
Did you get the ones that turn dark in the sunlight?
no, but these do.
I know.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah. I don't know if I've brought it up in the pod, but those are the nerdiest glasses I've ever seen in my life.
these.
No. The ones that turn dark in the sunlight.
Yeah, you always give me shit about every time I would wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just let people wear stuff, man.
If I don't like it, man,
Yeah,
you're not allowed.
yeah. Well, it's easy to not get criticized on your style when you wear the same shirt and jeans every day.
Yeah, man. I'm like a cartoon character.
Yeah, you are.
I'm like, what do they say? Decision. What the fuck? What's it called? Decision exhaustion. Where we just put on the same shit so you could think
Yeah,
kind of thing, which I think is kind of bullshit.
yeah.
Well, maybe not. I just blank shirt and jeans. That's my style.
Yeah, it's a good.
I think it's good for any comic to wear a blank shirt on stage.
It's good move. So anyway, that's what happened, and then today was fun. I was running all around.
Yeah.
I did Racine time right before this,
Yeah.
and then I did Harlem Nights today.
Oh, you did? I wanted to do that today.
Yeah. It was cool.
How many bells did you get? All right, the people that don't know, Harlem Nights is an open mic in Harlem where they give the audience members bells. Black audience members, I may add. They give them bells, and every time they think something's funny, they ring the bell.
Yeah.
How many bells did you get?
58.
Whoa!
It's pretty good.
That's great.
Really good start.
Holy shit, dude.
You know what's funny though?
No.
I did my joke about how I thought I heard my neighbors having sex, and then it turned out to be my roommate exercising.
Yeah.
And then the big punchline is that I was jerking off to my roommate exercising.
Yeah.
But then when I said that is pretty much reliable.
Right.
Like, it's not 100%, but it's like, it's almost as reliable as any joke I have.
Right.
And they loved the other parts, but then when that happened, they were like, yo, that's gay. Like, they were like, that's gay. They didn't like it because it was gay. And then I told the story about picking up the girl. I thought they would love that.
And bombed?
It bombed until I said the thing about,
Girl, you need to eat something.
you need to eat something. I was bombing for like a minute after starting.
How the fuck did you get 58 bells in like the first minute? It's 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
In the first like 2
I
minutes.
did like 2.5 minutes, like really solid.
Yeah.
Like, I was killing up top because he like said something about like white comics, they always come up and they do this, and he like did an act out, and I was like, all right, I did the act out.
Yeah, bro. I've gotten cheap laughs there too, just because I'm so scared.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I heard the bell. I thought I had to run back to the kitchen.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. That gets me up to.
Yeah, so
50.
I did that, and I did the sex. Oh, who are you trying to impress? Me? Because I was that. That popped. And then I did that, and then I did the thing at the end. I jerked off you exercising. And people were like, oh.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, and then I'm like, how do you think I feel? I gotta move. And then they were like, ah.
All right, yeah.
They like that. And then I was like, that was weird. And then I did the joke about picking up the girl.
Yeah.
I was like, and then I get to the part where I'm like, unless you're like 250. She's like, 250. And people are like, oh, man.
Dude, yeah.
Don't talk about a woman's weight. And then like someone actually went, boo.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That happens there.
Yeah. Someone booed me today, and I still got 58 bells. And the host was like, 58 bells, man. He killed. I was like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Those bells are, you can't trust them, man.
Yeah.
I remember, because I remember the most I got in there was like 22.
Yeah.
And then.
But you had a really good set there one time.
Yeah, bro. One time I had such a fucking terrible set.
Yeah.
I was like just bombing, and then they were playing basketball behind me. Were you there for this?
Mm-mm.
They were playing basketball behind me, and then I looked back, and I was like, "Yo, I thought the basketball was distracting you guys, but it's just the WNBA. Nobody cares about that." And they were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
what the like?" They got mad,
Yeah.
and I was like, "All right, well."
Yeah, they're like they don't like they have like they have very strange sensibilities. Like they're and we're talking about black
Audience members.
Well, and I'm probably making a generalization, but I think that you and we've done enough comedy to know
Yeah.
that there's different types of audiences,
Right.
And sometimes the dividing factor is like the race of the audience.
Yeah.
Like a black room is different than a room in Brooklyn, is different than a room out in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, ironically enough, the rooms out in the middle of the country are way easier because they're like down
Of course.
for like.
Of course. And like a black room, they are down for some stuff. They're down for like, it's hard to say exactly. They like jokes. I think what I was thinking about today, they respect word economy. They're like,
Right.
which is why I like my big long stories were having some trouble.
Yeah.
Because I got to get to the punch
Bro,
a little bit. I kind of pussyfoot around too much up there.
Dude, I saw Kiwi fucking destroy there.
Oh, I bet.
And then he went back the next week and just ate the biggest dick of all time.
I bet, yeah.
Which I'm like,
I've seen
I'm
Kiwi
like,
destroy and eat dick on the same set. That guy swings.
That's true. Oh, I was thinking about the bell system. So one time I got 22 bells and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Dude, I had a fucking solid set, wall to wall. And then, like a month later, like they they posted a thing and they're like, "Yo, this girl got 230 bells, a new record."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, come on."
Yeah.
They're just fucking ringing it for every word.
Right.
And then
Yeah, the bells are. Yeah.
But like, I really like the bells because you get money at the end if you get the most, right?
I think you get a spot, or maybe you get money.
No, there's like a tip jar, and you get like 50. I think like $50 sometimes. 30
Yeah. So, yeah. But let me tell you about the rest of the set though.
Yeah.
So like they're not on board with it for like the talking about like 250. I'm 175.
Yeah.
When 175. Dad, you need to eat something.
Right.
And then it was like back. It was like we're fine again.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck? Like this is
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's hard to read.
Yeah. And then the part about, well, you lied, that like
Okay.
was a good hit.
Well, I don't.
But I
Like,
still felt like I bombed. Like,
Yeah.
when you just you're bombing for too long in the set that like nothing else in the set can really shake that memory of it. You're like, that was a bomb.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's good to recover from it though.
Yeah, I did stay in the pocket. But then what annoyed me was like Jack was like, you were doing black scent, like he thought I was like code switching or
Yeah.
like pandering. I was like, okay, to be fair, that is how I do the bit. like, girl, you need to eat something.
Right.
Like that's how I do it everywhere.
Yeah.
But
Were you doing it in other parts of the bit?
no,
Or in other parts of your
but
set?
no, I wasn't. But I was like a little like, man, I was out with this one girl, like
Yeah.
little bit talking
Like-
a little faster.
Like
and-
Quentin Tarantino when he's hanging out with Samuel Jackson's friends.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of code switch. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
It's hard for whiteys to not code switch when they're hanging out in the room full of black people.
Yeah,
You guys just feel so cool with them.
I don't feel cool. I started by doing. He was like, white guys, white comics come up here and they go like this and they open the foot, and it was like something that white comics don't do. It was like, and they open the foot out and they hold the hand up and they say, oh, I have trouble getting the women. Oh, and then I just like went up and just did that,
And they were like, drinks in there.
Yeah, I did it really slow. I like kind of like tried to get my foot right in the
Right.
right position. But yeah, it was fun. It was cool. I want to go back.
Yeah. Let's go back on Monday.
Yeah, let's do it. I wanted to do KGB. I wanted to try to squeeze that in, but he started like 45 minutes late, and I had to get on receipt. What are we at?
We're at 1-9.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, I just had a fun night, just like popping around and doing stuff.
Dude, that's sick, dude.
Yeah. But anyway,
This conversation has taken its course.
yeah, I think so.
We don't have anything to plug. Oh, I'm gonna be in Massachusetts actually.
Oh, really?
In June. Yeah, it's too early to plug that.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm featuring, I think. Oh no, they got I was supposed to feature for a show, but the headliner didn't sell any tickets.
Oh,
But
who's the headliner?
I mean, I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
And then there's it's called like New York City Night in Mass,
Oh,
and Skyler Holtzman is on it too, and some other fella.
New York City night.
Yeah, in Mass, which is funny because Boston has great comics.
Right.
And they're like, we're gonna do the New York City Night
Yeah.
in fucking Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So just to get Boston comics. But I mean, I'm happy for the work.
That's it.
That's it, man. This episode is intellectuals.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
I
all
don't
right.
know. It was an unusual episode, but I enjoyed.
It was.
I enjoyed the conversation.
I talked a lot out of my ass,
Yeah. Well.
but I meant everything I said.
But I talked a lot out of my ass, but everything I said was 100% true. Go look it up.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, man. As always, every week, the loyal listeners, anybody new, thank you for listening if you're new, and thank you for coming back if
Yeah.
you're not.
Normally we're not so smart and a little more funny.
Yeah. All right, thanks a lot for tuning in to episode 137.
137.
137 of the Keep on Trucking podcast. Yeah. No.
Are you calling me a racist?